Hello everybody, welcome to FC United of Manchester. We've just watched a brilliant celebrities versus FC United legends match to raise funds for the Len Johnson statue. I've had a brilliant time. I've interviewed loads of different people to get the story of Len Johnson and the story of what's happening here. So here we go, enjoy.
Anyone that wants to say goodbye to the money-hungry greed of modern football, you know, this place is like a mecca for that.
So I'm Lady Ice and we're here at FC United. The Len Johnson team and the FC United legends just killed it.
This statue will be a reality within a few years' time, and I think it'll be a kind of fantastic moment for the city.
Obviously a statue isn't going to end racism, but it can show working class people in Manchester, and particularly our immigrant communities, our black communities, our Irish communities, our working class communities, going, this is your city, you can do anything you want because this man who came from nothing changed the world, and why can't any of us?
Len Johnson needs the recognition that he didn't get in his time, so we're all here today to show that support now while we can, and the statue made in his name, you know.
And what a turnout, what a day for it.
It's been amazing. I mean, the weather's great, the weather definitely helped, but the fact that this many people came out to support it's amazing, you know.
And have you been on, you going on? What's this?
I'll be going on in a bit. I'm letting these lot get tired first, and when they're tired out a bit, I'll come on, yeah.
Len was born, I think, in Clayton, and obviously one of, if not the best boxer of his generation. I think most people say would have been a world champion were it not for the colour bar, and he fought that all his life, and rightly so. So he's a Manchester hero, isn't he? And you know, he went on in life, I think, into politics. He was at the Pan-African Congress in Manchester in 1945. You know, this man is a proper legend of the city, and I think it's about time his story was told and people understood what he was all about and why Manchester should record what he did for not just people here but people around the world.
Who are you two and why are you here today?
So we're Len Johnson's great granddaughters, so it's just amazing to see such a good turnout, raise awareness of him as well, and just to see everyone out on a nice sunny day.
And what are your names?
Darianne, Kira.
Excellent, and what a turnout.
I know, it's incredible. Yeah, family can't believe it, we're all very proud.
Well, I call him Len, but in actual fact, my dad always said, it's Mr. Johnson to you. I don't know how many people really know how much he accomplished in his life, because not only was a fighter for racial justice, he helped organise the black seamen in Liverpool, he confronted the colour bar in Manchester. He and Will Charles played a central role in organising the Pan-African Congress.
So I think Len is an amazing representative of what a champion really is. And for me personally, it touched me because I've been through some of the things that Len has been through in being in a male-dominated scene and being a woman and being a black woman at that, do you know what I mean? So I feel like it's been hard and you just have to work 10 times harder. And I feel like he paved the way for a lot of us. So
events like this are great to pull everyone together, and actually the outcome of this is looking like it's going to be a statue of Len Johnson, who was previously not honoured in his hometown, despite being better than most boxers today and not ever getting a title shot.
It's brilliant to see such a good, strong crowd in institution, this place, isn't it? I've seen the club grow over the years, and I love, you know, that banner over there, making friends, not millionaires. I think football needs to sort of make that its slogan, really.
I've been here now for coming up to 2 years. I initially came for 2 weeks work experience 2 years ago, and I never left. I fell in love with the place. When you get a season ticket with FC, you get a share in the club. It's yours, you're a part of it. This is authentic football. It's not a cash cow for state owners or big wigs. You know, we own it, and anyone on the terraces, they own it. It's theirs, and they get a vote in it.
We love football, don't we? There's lots wrong with it. There's lots right with it as well. I was chair of an organisation called Supporters Direct, which spread supporters' trust, supporter ownership across the country. Some of the clubs that kind of took on some of the values of supporter engagement, supporter ownership, Brighton would be one that sticks right in my mind, have actually come through and taken those values into the Premier League. Brentford the same. Brentford was always a real strong community club, plenty of supporter ownership. I just think it's brilliant that Lamin and everyone who's been involved in this campaign have got us to this point. And this statue will be a reality within a few years' time, and I think it will be a kind of fantastic moment for the city.
Looking at Westminster, are you happy that you've made a decision to stay up here?
I'm just glad people are putting up with me here. I love it here. I'm energised by what I'm doing. I love the job. I think this one suits me in a way that Westminster sometimes never did. I was a bit of a fish out of water there. Sometimes, the London set were never my kind of thing, really. And I'm happy here. I hope I'm doing good things that people can support. And I wouldn't rule it out one day, but no time soon. You're stuck with me possibly for a few years yet.
My mum loves you.
Well, I'll take that. I'll take
nice
that.
one. And don't get injured.
No,
look after yourself.
Len Johnson. I'm one of the co-founders of the Len Johnson Memorial Campaign, and it's just amazing to be here today.
Why should there be a statue for Len Johnson?
Oh, so there is so many reasons. I think one of the real things is that Len Johnson was a true working class hero of Manchester, coming from a working class family in East Manchester to go and really change the world, whether it be through his boxing record, where he was clearly one of the greats of his generation, some say one of the greatest British boxers that we've ever produced, to his anti-racism work, from being breaking down the colour bar, from doing so much community organising, doing his trade union work. It was just fantastic.
My dad used to box for Len. He used to run a boxing booth, and my dad was in a boxing booth. Both being members of the Communist Party, physical force, anti-fascist. So when Len came to Manchester, it was natural that he'd go to the Young Communist League because of my dad's relationship with Len. He took me to the Pan-African Congress in Manchester. So,
you went to the Pan-African, 1945?
Yeah, I was 3, so I didn't appreciate it, I'm afraid.
Lamin, who's one of the key activists that organised today's event. He was involved in the Stand Up to Racism, Take the Hume group, and they took the knee every Wednesday. And on the back of that, we started talking more about the story of Len Johnson, and that's, we want it to be a legacy of that movement.
I'm here to support my brother Lemmy.
Oh, okay, what's your name?
Freezy.
Freezy?
Yeah.
Excellent. And
yeah, it needs to be Freezy, baby.
And so what about the campaign? Do you know about Len Johnson and the campaign for a statue and all that?
I know a little bit about him, but through Lemmy, and Lemmy is legend, without him, this can be done. So bro, keep doing what you're doing. We are here to support you. No matter where you are, we will be there.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Nice one, mate. just seems like in the last couple of years, your great granddad has just been, his name's just got everywhere.
I know, it's really taken off now, and it's nice that more people are becoming aware of him. It used to be just we would speak about the story, but now obviously it's been passed on, and the amount of people here today I think shows that, which is good. Family's still around West Side area, so my nana, who was his daughter, she lived in West Side. So yeah, we're all still very local.
You've been involved with publicising the Len Johnson campaign from the start. What is it about it? Is there something, because there's a moment, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. The thing is with me, like, everyone that knows me knows I'm a very, 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 very proud Mancunian. I'm man to the absolute core. I went, and I'm also obviously mixed race, so when I hear about these injustices that happen to what I would consider my people from back then, and in fact Len Johnson was actually mixed race himself, and I think that, when you hear about that, it makes you want to sit up and do something. It makes you think, well, all these other people are getting honoured in their hometown, or even not. And this guy's not. And you look at his boxing record, you look at not just that, but the activism that he did outside of the ring as well, and you think, this man deserves something. So I believe in it personally as well, and I think that's why I'm so invested in it.
Have you got any thoughts on where you'd like it to be?
A big part of me just thinks the most prominent thing in the centre of the city, the biggest statue of that we could possibly put together, something that you can't help but see.
I think it'd be nice for it to be in town, just because then it can be viewed by many more people. I think lots of people in the local area know about him now, hopefully anyway. But I think as long as it gets up, people will be happy.
You're an anti-racism campaign.
Yeah, I'm from stand-up racism.
What else is going on that people should be getting involved in?
So obviously we want to support the Len Johnson campaign, but the big thing coming up is obviously the Tory party conference that's going to take place in Manchester in October, and Stand Up will be on the streets, holding our government to account for the racism that they're creating in society. And let's be honest, it's because of the rhetoric coming from this government that we're seeing a growth of the far right.
FC United base obviously attracts people from all over Manchester, all over the northwest, and even we get people coming from Germany and Denmark, to every game just to see what FC United is all about. But what's really pleased me today is we had the two raffle winners were both from the local area, both people I've never seen before, and delighted to see them, and hopefully they'll come back. And they've had a great day today. It's beautiful weather, great game of football, out in the fresh air. What more could you want?
If there is a statue, is there anything else that you'd like to see or that the family would like to see?
I think it's just awareness, people learning about his story, obviously schools learning about that as well, and just being a local name around the area. I think, more people know about it, the better it is, really.
What do you think of this today?
Well, I think, it's tremendous, and the atmosphere, is so nice and friendly. It was a real tribute to Len.
So, tell me about today, mate.
Yeah, amazing day. It exceeded all expectations. I'm so proud of how many people turned out, all in the name of Len Johnson, raising awareness on an unbelievable story. I'm so proud.
This statue is totally happening.
It's definitely happening, and we'll all be there on the day to unveil it in town. So it's going to be an amazing day. This is a step in the right direction to raising awareness and getting his name out there and remembering Manchester's uncrowned champion.
And you've done really well getting a whole real variety, obviously. Burnham, to get under Burnham, big name and all that. But I've been chatting to Lady Eyes. I've been seeing the guy from Gogglebox. You've seen all of these people.
Just reaching out to different people from different worlds and different industries, and I think that always brings people in. And everyone was dead nice and supportive of the event, and I think people connect with the story. Thank you, mate. Take care, brother. Thank you. So yeah, really good, and you couldn't write a better game. 3-3 and the penalty shootout. Boom. Anyone who watches this can just start googling Len Johnson, start spreading the name. It'd be incredible.
Tom, mate, thank you. Nice one, Ditch.